What's going on, everybody? Coach David here with Outright Fitness and Performance. I'm here to bring you a speed endurance video, specifically how to improve your speed endurance for 400-meter runners. And this could apply to any event, any distance where speed endurance is required. All right, so what inspired me to make this video is Sadie Engelhardt, a high school junior who is running 4:33 in the mile, 4:36 in the mile, blazing 800 times, blazing 2-mile times. And she posted one of her favorite workouts, and she posted her times.
3 by 400, 300, 200. The first set, 65, 46, 29. Second set, 65, 46, 29. Third set, 64, 46, 28.
And I wanted to use that to show you all how intentional and specific you need to be to improve your speed endurance. On our website, outrightfitnessapp.com/calculators, we have a linear pace chart that you can use to help accomplish that specific training goal of intentionality and knowing what target times you should be hitting or what your upper limits should be for a given distance. Let's look at Sadie's workout real quick, and then I'll get back to that calculator. So Sadie ran, she posted a workout of 3 by 4, 3, and 200 meters. What she did not post is what her recovery times were between the reps and the sets, but it's okay. Some important things that we know based on just that post alone. Number one, she's timing her workouts, or someone else obviously is timing the workouts, which is so important. I always stress that to you guys. Number two, not only did someone time those workouts, but she recorded it. She wrote it down. She tracked it somewhere in her phone. She wrote it on paper. Keeping a training log is so invaluable so that you can reference for the future and you know if you're actually improving or not. Number three, when you look at the times in her workouts, you'll see that she's been training. She's probably been repeating those workouts on a bi-weekly, weekly basis, some regular frequency, to where she's improving that lactic threshold over time. So that's so important. Let's look at those times in her workouts. So she posted 3 sets of her workouts, 4, 3, and 2. You see that on her first set, she ran 65, 46, and then 29 in the 200. She stays pretty much consistent for all 3 sets, and she actually gets a little faster on that third set. I bet her rest times between the reps were maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Who knows what her rest times were between the sets? Maybe 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. But one thing you can know for certain is that she worked up to that. This is not the first time that she's run a workout like that or exactly like that. And so for you all out there, you have to time your workouts. I say this all the time. You have to time your workouts. Get a watch. I have a little, let's see if you can see this. Let me take this off so you can see it. This is what I use. I know I'm out of focus, but it's a simple, there we go. It's a simple Timex watch, right? It's got a large split timer, start-stop button on here. So when I'm running, I'll take this off and hold it in my hand like this as I'm running, and I'll just hit the start-stop button, or I'll leave it on my wrist sometimes. Either way, it's easier to use than sometimes some of these smartwatches. Your screen may time out, what have you. Garmin makes some good watches out there with a big display. I like my simple Timex watch. It's only like 30 bucks, 20 bucks, and it gets the job done. Time your workouts. Your coaches can't time all of you out there on the track. A lot of times your schools, the groups are too big out there. The clubs, you have a lot of kids on the track. Your coach can't time everybody. So time your own reps. And then try to record it on your phone. You have your phone on you anyway, most of you, or it's nearby. Even if you can't remember, if you don't have your phone on you, you got to remember all of the times in a given set. Even if you don't remember all the times you ran, having an idea is better than having nothing. Having an idea of what you ran is better than having nothing at all. So maybe at the end of your workout, you go back to your phone and you say, man, all right, what were my 300s? I think my 300s were 38 seconds. I think my 100s were 12.5 or whatever. I think my rest times that we were taking were 2 minutes, a minute and a half. At least you have an idea that you can progress on. That's so important. That's what I want to show you guys about this workout. Now let's get back into the workout and look at it real quick. She ran 4:33. When you're running a workout that is effective and that is spot on as far as the target time is relevant to the actual goal race time, you're going to be so confident because the pace that you've been running is faster than what the pace is going to be for your actual race. You know that you have more confidence that you can run a certain pace when your workouts have been faster. Now I'm talking about faster on average. I'm not talking about 1 rep or 2 reps being faster. I'm talking about all the reps averaging out to being a faster time than what your pace is for your actual goal time for your race. Let's go into the calculator on our website, outrightfitnessapp.com/calculators will bring you to this app, to this page. It's not an app, sorry, it's a calculator. All right, let's play with this calculator. So let's put in some numbers. 1,600 meters, right? Let's say I have a target time for next season. I want to run 4 minutes and 33 seconds in the mile. And my workout is going to be 4:32. What is the upper limit? What are the times that I can be no slower than? Well, this calculator will tell you those times. For my 200, I can't run slower than 34. For my 300, it can't be slower than 51. My 400 can't be slower than 1:08. So that at least gives me an upper limit that I can use and say, all right, my coach tells me, all right, today you're going to run 4:32, 3 by 4:32. I can email this to myself. I can look at my phone and say, okay, I can't be any slower than 108. I can't be any slower than 51. I can't be any slower than 34 seconds for the 200. At least you have a goal, right? At least you have a goal. You have a quality control that you can put on your practice for that day. Now, the rest times, if you're not doing your own workouts, the rest times, of course, is up to your team. It's up to your coach. But what you can do is at least track it. What rest time is your coach giving you? A walk across the track? A walk jog? A walk back? Time that recovery. Time that rest. Make a note in your phone. Make a note on paper so that you can reference that in the future and improve on that. Maybe you go back on your own on the track or on a grass field and you try to replicate that same workout and you shrink the rest times. Or maybe you give yourself more rest times, whatever you need to do. I hope that really helps you all when it comes to intentionality and having a target time. So to recap, what you want to have the best outcome for improving your speed endurance, you want to have a target time for your next season for a given distance. I want to run 50 seconds for the 400 next season. And that time needs to be realistic. More into that in another video. Next, you want to have an idea of some upper limits for each distance in order to achieve that goal. I'm talking about speed endurance. I'm not talking about improving your sprint speed, your top end speed. I'm talking about your speed endurance. I'm talking about lactic threshold development, improvement. So in that regard, you need to know what your distance is, what the distance for your practices can be no slower than. And I really harp on that because in a blind workout, you are going to be highly likely to be running too slow. Highly likely to be running too slow. The coach gives you 8 200s. 8 200s is going to feel very hard to do, right? For anybody, and when it's random and the recovery time is not sufficient. If I gave you 8 200s to do with a 1 minute rest in between, a 2 minute rest in between, and I tell you just to run hard, or if I tell you 90%, you don't know what that means. What does 90% mean, right? You get into your group and you just run hard. You run hard. Well, your first couple reps may be quality. Your first couple reps may be fast enough given what your target time is for the next season. But inevitably, you're going to fall off, and your average total time, your average time for all those reps are going to be too slow. But you won't know that if you're not timing it. You won't know that if you don't go into that practice with some upper limits of, all right, my 200s can't be any slower than this. So I can't stress that enough. That's why I was compelled to make this video. Sadie Engelhardt showing her times for her workouts and then showing you the outcome of what she actually ran is so insightful. It's so insightful. I hope that it's intuitive to you all. I hope it helps clear things up as far as what you need to do to prepare for the next season. Sadie's a miler. She runs the half mile, but you can apply this to the 400 so easily. Go to the calculator. Your goal is to run 50 seconds. Your goal is to run, let's give it a time of 50 seconds. Now let's go 58, right? Let's say your goal is to run 58. Well, if you're going to run a workout like 432, your 400s can't be slower than, So instead of running 432, let's cut it in half. Let's go 2, 150, 100. Your 200 can't be slower than 29. Your 150s can't be slower than 21. And your 100s can't be slower than 14.5. If your goal is 58 seconds. If you go into a workout, now you know this. This is valuable. It gives you a target in practice, so you're not just training blindly. I hope that helps you out. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I tried to make this as concise as possible. If you have any questions, please hit us up in the comments. Send us an email. My email directly is david@outrightfitness.com. You can find that calculator on outrightfitnessapp.com/calculators. And it just gives you a general guide. I hope that helps makes your workouts a little bit more effective than what they were. And I hope you have a great off season. It's October, perfect time. You have ample opportunity to get in shape and get prepared for the next season. What are your goals? What are you doing in practice? I want to hear back from you. I hope this was helpful. All right, until the next video. Peace.